Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be right?
Yeah, I'll just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail. Necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
The world has no way to clean itself. That's why there's so much dust.
And on the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
I thought I recognized you. I gave you a plate of corn muffins back in 1947 to paint my chicken coop, and you never did it.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, oh man, I'm a fucking beggar now. It fucking sucks. Welcome to Plotty Time. So let's get into it. Dr. Syintist, what have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been doing? What's going on with you?
Not a whole hell of a lot, man. I finished up Monster Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you wrapped it up? How long did that run you?
25 hours over 5 weeks or so.
You numb it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit, he numbed it.
Oh, it means he liked it, right? Or really hated it and wanted to prove something to himself.
Or it's an easy numb.
I liked it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, okay, there we go.
It's good. Play it if you like those games. What'd I watch?
Yeah,
Well,
what'd you watch?
I watched the first couple episodes of the new season of Picard.
Picard?
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's interesting on where they're going.
What season is this?
3?
They just keep going.
Question mark? Might be 4. I think it's 3. You wouldn't know what's going on if you didn't watch like a whole bunch of Star Trek in your life, so I guess you could watch it. But
I've heard from the Star Trek fans that they like Picard.
I do
Maybe
right now.
not love, but they like it.
I didn't like season 2 so much, but 3, it's getting there. They got all the old folks back.
Oh, it's working back.
Cool.
Yeah, Riker's there, and
Nice.
Beverly Crusher.
Did they say this is the last season, or is there going to be a 4th?
I think this is the last one.
I remember them saying something like the show's end is here, but I don't remember if it was after season 4 or 3.
Well, I mean,
But
Patrick Stewart's got to be like 80-something.
Still doing it, though.
Yeah,
still kicking ass, still making money.
yeah. But it's good. I'm hoping all the episodes come out soon so I can watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
know, everybody knows how that rolls.
Sure.
We are a very anti-weekly release podcast, right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, binge life forever. You can't just give me that and then take it away again. Like, that's fucking
right?
horseshit.
What is this?
Horseshit.
Fucking 94? Come on, man.
Right? Right? Do I have to tune into a fucking channel too? What do you think this is? The Stone Age? Do I have to dodge dinosaurs while I'm at it? Jesus Christ.
Got to get on the roof and move the antenna around.
Watch commercials.
You
And
gotta
then we
mess
can all
with the...
talk about the commercials because they all happen in the same market.
Oh, yeah. You gotta mess with the V-hold. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, dude, every time I watch YouTube, I think about paying just to get rid of the commercials.
Oh, my God. Seriously.
I took the plunge. Never been happier. Never in my
I
life.
got to do it. I've been
You have
fighting
to.
it and fighting it and fighting it. And then I watched the video the other day, and I swear to God, there was commercials every 5 minutes. Was it the video for this game?
Dread out.
Oh, did it have a commercial like every 5 minutes?
So
oh,
fun.
my
It was like every
God.
2 minutes, dude. It was like 47 minutes long. It was
yeah. There was
20 commercials.
There was easily that many.
Man, you guys, you got to do it. You like.
I'm going to go on my app right now and do it.
I did it, and I went for the premium. And my thought process was, well, I mean, if it doesn't work out, I can always cancel whenever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back home to Pennsylvania, was watching a YouTube video at my sister's house, and they had all the ads, and I'm like, I forgot about this. I'm so fucking glad I never have to watch it.
Damn.
And they were on the same thing, like, yeah, but I don't know if I should pay to the. I'm like, do it, absolutely do it.
All right. You might
Done.
have sold me.
Good. Trust me, your life will be better.
Right on. Just save like at least fucking 10 minutes every video you watch.
Yeah. And I can watch every video right away.
There's nothing worse than it will resume after this ad.
Yeah.
Especially ones you can't skip.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Fuck that.
The fun part about that too is now that you don't see them, you're gonna get mad at the YouTube videos you watch that have sponsored content in them. Like when someone does an ad read,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck is this? I paid money to not see ads. And this asshole's talking about HelloFresh or whatever?
Yeah. Donkulous.
Anyway, the only other thing I really watched this week was I watched a 15-hour playthrough of SMT Nocturne speedrun on hard True Demon ending. It's like the hardest thing to do in the game.
Now, when you say you watched that, do you mean like you made a day of it and like got popcorn and sat there and watched it, or it was like on the background?
No. It was like hour and a half, 2 hours at a time.
Oh, okay.
But still.
It's so. I mean, I like that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's like,
Okay.
I've had such problems with it. Seeing people go through this on hard mode, having not a problem. I was like,
Interesting.
It's just one of those things I'm not gonna understand. So if it makes you happy, fucking do it,
Yeah,
buddy.
man.
Awesome. Oh Jesus, I dropped something.
But it's gone forever.
if you've ever played the game, watch someone speedrun it, and you'll be pissed off
That's fair.
because it's extremely hard and they do it fast.
Those are the worst when you like. There's two things that I used to do when I was really going for platinums. Like if it was a time trial and I was off by like a whole bunch, I'd be like, well, I'm clearly doing something wrong. Like I'm not doing this method correctly. Maybe I missed a game mechanic and it'll get closer.
Right.
But the worst is when you watch the speed run, you're like, I feel like I'm doing the exact goddamn same thing.
Oh,
And-
that's how I broke 2 controllers.
They're making it look so easy.
It wasn't your anger issues, no.
No. It was trying to do the time trials in Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, yeah?
There's one that's like a minute and a half, and I was the quickest I could do it was like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And I go watch people on YouTube, and they're doing the exact same thing as me, just faster.
Yeah.
And then I twist the controller until it breaks.
The best is when it doesn't break, but you know the buttons are fucked up now.
Yeah. Or you hear a little crack on the outside plastic.
I haven't, and then you shake it and just hear something in like a piece of plastic. I haven't had any real anger with the PS5 controllers yet, but I feel like that's a robust controller.
Yeah.
That's gonna take some. The PS3, if you ever pick those up after you've played PS5 for a while, it feels like a baby's toy. Like I could snap it
Yeah,
in
they're so
half.
light.
The PS5 is so girthy.
Right.
That's the best word to describe it. Girthy.
It's a girthy controller, man.
And talk about lovers of girth. Why don't we go to Poppascotch and hear what he has to say?
Who's the Segway master now? That's what I asked the fans.
What the hell happened? He took a class.
He must have last week. He took a class. So what did I play? I'm going to start talking about this. I played through an entire game of the Dead Space remake.
All right.
Okay. An entire game?
I beat it already.
It's only like 7 hours, though, right?
Well, I was
Speed
looking
running it.
around a lot, and I was
Speed
like
run's
going
like
back
45
and
minutes.
backtracking to do like stuff. So I think it took me 13 or 14 to get through.
Right.
But I immediately fired it up, and I'm playing another playthrough right now. Like it is really well done.
Yeah, but you
And-
love the first.
Yeah. The
I know,
original
I
game
know.
was
You
really well
already
done,
knew you
too.
loved the game.
Yes, but this is
Does this one have a marker in it, too?
Yeah, it's not a one-for-one copy. Like the inventory system
Oh,
is
yeah?
different.
Oh, nice.
The guns have multi-fire modes and specialties.
Oh, nice.
So what's different about the
makes it more
story?
fun. So I don't know if you guys remember. If you guys listening at home want to go check it out, we did Dead Space 1. Go listen to that episode
A long time ago.
a while ago. But basically, I don't know if you guys remember because we talked about it so long ago. But in the first one, they don't really talk about unitology or the unitologist till like
Right.
3/4 through the story.
Yeah.
This starts that talk much earlier, and there's the way they handle Nicole is different. Like it's less ambiguous that she's dead, but she certainly is dead.
Well, it should be ambiguous she's dead. Isn't that the point of the whole first game?
Well, they don't just come out and just say she's dead.
No, but in the original 2007 or 8 or whatever it was, in that game, like you kept seeing things that were weird. The marker kept fucking with your head. You didn't know what it was. There was a lot less of that. It was a lot more streamlined, and the weird marker stuff didn't really happen until you were near it.
Oh, okay.
But one of the people on the ship made it off with you in the beginning instead of them all dying immediately.
Right.
So basically, they changed it. So if you played the first one, you didn't have to go through all the nonsense of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I think just the way they moved the story around a little bit and added things or removed things, it seemed like this could be like a relaunch of a Dead Space 2 that's a completely different game than the one we got originally.
Oh.
Or they could just do a remake of that, because it felt like when they first made Dead Space 2 and like started production on that, or rather finished Dead Space 1, they had an idea where 2 was going to go, but they didn't know exactly, so they didn't like tailor it to be a perfect first edition of Dead Space 2, but this one they did. Like they added things that are going to flow into the sequel a lot more better. That's what I just was gonna say. But it looks amazing. The necromorphs like peel now, so you shoot them in the arm, and like all their muscle flies off, and it's just a bone you still have to shoot off.
Oh, yeah.
If you liked the first one, this feels like a real good job at how a remake should be done. It doesn't feel like just a updated graphics re-release.
Is there any biorecombinating?
That's all there is. Are you kidding? Necromorphs?
Yeah, right.
Speed run of Dead Space, hour and 8 minutes.
I believe that. There's also a alternate ending you can get now in New
Dumb.
Game Plus.
A New Game Plus only. All right.
Yeah,
That's
New
why you
Game
played
Plus,
it second time.
Yeah, there's like 12 markers that are hidden around, like little collectibles are hidden around the maps. And if you put them all together in Mercer's room, a sound happens, and then you get the special ending.
Ooh, a sound.
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, nice. You must have
If
went
you liked
all
the fir-
out on that, huh?
And I'm telling you guys too, like you too, it's worth playing if you like the first one.
All right. Fair enough. I'll wait for it to be free or something.
We talk about this every week. I got too many other games to play. I've already played Dead Space like 3 times.
That's fair. I mean, this was my first platinum. It means it's got a special place in my heart.
That's fair.
And I love the game. Anyway, so I watch stuff too.
Ah.
Starting with SLC Punk.
Oh, shit.
Fantastic film. Fantastic film.
Haven't seen it in years. The wife had never seen it, so I'm like, let's do it. Let's watch it. And she's like, I don't know what this is about. Because like she
It's
had
better
no
if you
idea what
don't.
the movie was.
Yeah. Just go in blind.
I forgot how fucking funny it was. Like Mark is fucking hilarious.
The plant guy?
No, the drug dealer, Mark, where he has the house he keeps trying to show off.
Yeah. Those were my 2 quotes like last couple weeks.
Yeah, he's great. And then Jason Segel, I forgot, was in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He loves the plants. He's the plant guy.
Yeah, he's the botanist.
I want to fuck. No one's fucking for the plants, man.
It's like he busted out of his handcuffs and kicked the back windshield out of the cop car.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it took us 2 weeks to get him to admit it was him.
Did she cry at the end?
You could see her tearing up a little bit.
I'm crying thinking about it.
Come on.
It's an emotional ending, man.
I only watched 2 other movies. They're very weirdo things. The first one, have you guys ever seen Stay Tuned?
Yeah. Where the aliens, they get sucked into like a television or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dog.
I've seen that a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's worth revisiting. It's fucking awesome.
Is it really?
Like, it's still fun. I mean, it's insane. It's stupid, but it made me laugh, and I love the bits. Because I hadn't seen it for so long. I missed the bits as a child versus an adult. You know what I mean? Like, when you watch it at a different age, you get other jokes.
Good call. Good call.
I don't think I ever understood the Three's Company reference, because I watched it when I was so young.
Nobody understands Three's Company.
That's fair enough. But it's really good. Check it out. It's about John Ritter is this TV addicted asshole whose wife is about to leave him. He does a free trial of this new TV system, which is hilarious looking back at that technology. And he and his wife get sucked into the satellite dish that's out back, which takes them into the world of the TV, but it's all like demon devil themed versions of existing shows.
Yeah.
And the object is to kill them before 24 hours happens. If they survive 24 hours, they get to go back. Check it out. I also watched another movie. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. I think it's an old one. What I've written down? Transylvania 65000.
Oh, you finally watched it?
I finally watched it.
Isn't it fantastic?
It was not what I was expecting at all.
I can't believe you never saw it before.
I've never seen it. I figured like maybe I watched it when I was a kid, just forgot.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's playing through. I'm like, I've never seen any of this.
It's weird, right?
It was, yeah.
It was something.
It was really weird. I was expecting more of a comedy. Like there was like Michael Richards was really yucking it up with his fake leg bits.
I forgot about the fake legend. I always remember the banana peel, but
Doesn't he have like a little puppet at one point that's like kicking his ass?
yeah.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's basically, for those of you out there, it's about 2 guys that work for like one of those like Weekly World News wild ass rags that just make up shit about aliens abducting people. And they hired them to give it more legitimacy. So they go to Transylvania to do a story about fucking Frankenstein. They run to Dracula, a Wolfman,
Mummy.
Gina Davis, by the way, as the the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
She nailed it.
Yeah.
But go see Transylvania 65000. It's available anywhere. That's all I did. How about you there, Sir Chump Slap? What have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
Well, put in Ghost of Tsushima a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just play a little bit here and there.
Oh, nice. You went back to it, eh?
Yeah. When Willie Snail just pisses you off, you just gotta put something else on. Or play the exit game.
Oh, yeah. I did that for a while.
Yeah, me too.
But the trophy for that's like get to level 100. I'm like, geez.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll go to 20.
I think I ended at 13.
Yeah. It was like, this is too much. But yeah, I played that. And then I played a little game called Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, is this your first playthrough?
I
Is that a
swear
new one?
I've played it before.
No,
it's old.
See,
I know.
it was one of the first. It coined the term. It's the Vania part of
Yeah,
Metroidvania.
it's the Castlevania.
Oh, wow.
But it was like, I don't know. I was going through PlayStation just seeing what was on sale, and there was like $3 for that and Rondo of Blood. So I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I played through that so many times.
Yeah, it's a good game. Classic.
Yeah. How far did you get? Did you get to the Upside Down Castle at all?
Not yet. I think I just got all the shit. Just got the Turn No Mist and
Oh, yeah.
all that jazz.
Gotta get the Spike Breaker armor.
And now I got to go all the way through it again. You know how it is. It's Castlevania. It's one of the original Metroidvanias. But yeah, good stuff. I watched this one, Talladega Nights. You guys ever hear of this one?
No, wow.
You finish first or last?
If you're not first, you're last. That doesn't even make sense.
There's all kinds of other places you could finish. Second, third.
Every time I think about that movie, I'm like, well, it wasn't as good as Anchorman. It wasn't as good as Step Brothers. Like I remember it being kind of shitty. And then I watch it again. I'm like, this is great.
It is
Like,
so
why,
good.
Why am I such a curmudgeon about this?
I think it's better than Anchorman.
Walker and Texas Ranger.
I don't know. Now I have to watch Anchorman again.
It's been a long time since
I still think Step Brothers is the best out of all of them.
I think when I watched them the first time out of that group, I loved Anchorman the best. But now as I'm older, I think I'm gravitating towards Step Brothers.
Yeah. I don't know. That's another conversation for a different podcast.
I suppose so.
But it was great. And then it got me in the mood to watch more like Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Okay.
Well, he's in it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not what I expected to see after that.
So I was like, oh, what's my favorite MCD movie? The Slammin' Salmon.
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen that.
Dude.
I don't think I've ever seen
It's
Wow.
his best role ever, dude. It's so funny and dumb.
Is he like I guess he's like an analog of like Mike Tyson or Evander, like a whole bunch of just old retired boxers, right?
Yeah, he's just like an old retired boxer who owns
May he rest in peace.
a nice restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the fucking Super Trooper guy.
He was in Sin City. Trying to look if there was a better one that he was in.
Yeah. Well, he's in the island for like a little bit.
Armageddon, the Green
great-
Mile. I know he's the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, Armageddon. I forgot he was in Armageddon. Well,
Yeah.
everyone was in that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, but the Slammin' Salmon, oh, forget about it, man. He's so funny. When he's talking to like a Japanese businessman, he's like, if candies and nuts was, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And this lady's trying to translate. He's like, that's not what I said.
I used the voice of Atlas in God of War 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah, but he's a great guy. Love him. Then I watched The Meg. I don't know why.
That the Megalodon movie?
Yeah.
That's entertaining.
I was like, I haven't seen this in a while. I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, it's weird that you'd watch it because you haven't seen it in a while. But
I was like, eh. It was kind of like one of those I'd put on in the background, but then I started watching it. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Ah, that happens. I know what you mean.
yeah. Well, it's still not that great, but it's not bad.
no. I thought it was like the first time seeing it once isn't bad, but
Whatever.
oh, he was Wilson Fisk in the original Daredevil movie.
Oh, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say, oh, yeah, like I knew what he's talking about. But yeah,
Yeah, Colin Farrell is Bullseye, and he was the Kingpin.
either way, great actor. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I also watched one other movie. This is a fucking wild one. It's called Mind Cage.
Okay.
It's possible I've
Okay.
seen that. I've seen
Yes.
lots of mind movies.
Martin Lawrence
No.
and John
No.
Malkovich.
No. No. I missed
Definitely
this
not it then.
John Malkovich plays this like the artist, they call him, because he's like an old serial killer that sets up his victims in a weird way. And there's a copycat. It's kind of like Silence of the Lambs, but
Oh. I
It's
watched.
Silent. Wait. It's Silence of the Lambs, and the Clarice role is being played by Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
kind of. But it's not Silence of the
It reminds me of another movie I saw with exactly the same thing where there was like an artist posing people.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I wish I could think of the name
like
of it.
so. It's an amalgamation of so many other movies, and then it's just like how it's explained at the end is so stupid.
I'm gonna have to watch this one. What's it called? Mind Cage.
Mind Cage. Yeah, I mean,
I'll put it on the list of other things I didn't ever watch.
it's definitely worth a watch. I mean, if you're a Martin Lawrence fan, like all of us are,
Yeah, of course.
go check it out, man. It's something. I didn't even. What year is it?
2022.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's that new. Jesus Christ.
I like seeing the first user review on IMDb. It's a 5 out of 10 score, and it says the definition of meh.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's a solid rating, I guess, then 5 out of 10.
It's something you can watch, but you wouldn't want to talk about it on a podcast. It's like,
No, we did.
I mean, even the trailer looks not as good as the other movie I saw. It's exactly like it.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like so many other movies. I mean, trying to catch a serial killer, blah, blah, blah. Talking to the guy, I don't know.
And the serial killer's like a fucking genius.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how it
just
is.
has to serial kill.
But yeah, check it out. That and the Slam and Salmon if you haven't seen that.
I gotta watch that again. All right, well, with that then, if you're all done there, search.
Oh yeah, I'm good to go.
Let's go ahead and walk right into the plotty time vibe check.
Ooh. What? Ooh.
What's that? Is that a vibe?
Oh.
That's not a vibe. Is that?
No, that's not. But that is.
Every week we go over vibe check shit. This week, did you guys hear that Sony is kind of thinking that possibly there's rumors out there that there's going to be another PlayStation handheld?
Really? I thought they totally got rid of that after.
But if it's not anything like a Switch, it's a waste of time and money.
Well, the interesting thing that they're talking about is in their PlayStation's roadmap for 2023, they already did, like they've already released this year the DualSense Edge controller, which I guess nobody fucking bought, and the PSVR 2.
Which people bought and never used.
Yeah.
And now supposedly there's going to be the rumors
Don't
are
get ahead
that
of
there's
yourself, man. Calm down.
Yeah. Oh.
He's a little excited.
The rumors are that there's going to be a new PS5 hardware model in September with a detachable disk drive.
Oh yeah, we talked about that already.
And the handheld they're talking about is a remote play handheld.
So it's kind of like a Switch.
I think it's more for like if you want to be somewhere else in your house, but you're not in front of your PS5, you can use this handheld to remote play.
Yeah, you can do that on your phone.
You could just sit in front of your PlayStation.
Yeah, but if you're taking a shit.
Genius.
It'll allegedly include an 8-inch screen and full DualSense functionality, allowing you to play new-gen games all around your house and potentially further afield where a strong Wi-Fi connection is available.
Oh, okay, so it has to be, yeah.
Fuck that strong Wi-Fi connection. What are these people? They live in another country that's not the United States?
I know, right? Tell them.
Yeah, but
They do. It's Sony. But
you can remote play on your phone. Just get like an attachment for a controller, and you can just do that.
I have the option every time I look at it.
Yeah.
And I still don't ever use it.
No.
And I've had that since the first day of Well, at some point PS4 introduced it, right? Did PS3? Wait.
You can play PS3 on your either Vita or...
Well, you needed
Yeah.
a special Sony phone.
No, you could actually do it on your
The
PS Vita.
Ericsson.
I remember being able to play it on my Vita.
It was kind of difficult though and a little clunky.
Yeah, it didn't work that well. There was significant lag if I remember testing it.
Yes,
correctly.
yeah, me too. Which is good if you play like turn-based games or something, but not anything else.
Yeah, that's just silly. That's a waste. What are you doing, PlayStation?
There's also a report that came out that apparently PlayStation has not given out the numbers of how well or terrible PSVR 2 has been selling.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone assumes that it's a complete disaster, but now it looks like that may not be the case.
Oh, so either something some way or the other way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, well, it's not a disaster. We sold a bunch.
Bloomberg is saying or anticipating that the PSVR 2 sold somewhere between 270 and 300,000 units,
That's fair.
which would make it the fastest selling wired headset ever released.
Okay.
PSVR, the original one, took 5 months to reach 915,000 units, while PSVR may have reached a third of that in 1 month. But of course, we don't know because Sony hasn't put out the numbers yet.
Yeah. Well, are there any good games for it?
Yeah, I mean, Pavlov has been pretty good. Tentacular is pretty awesome.
Okay.
Other games are great.
Did you play any of them?
I played those two.
Each game I played is pretty good.
I got a little bit of time off coming up, so I'm gonna.
Do you have the Horizon game?
I do have the Horizon game. I haven't tried that yet. and I also have the second, not Back for Blood. It's like it's one made by the same people who did Until Dawn.
Oh, Man of Medan?
You're like sitting on a roller coaster, like going through a track, and you're shooting at stuff.
Isn't that a PS4 game?
Yes, this is the sequel.
Oh, okay.
But I heard really bad things. I'm still going to play it, though.
Yeah, still sounds fun.
I hope you get sick.
I probably will.
I can't wait to get sick playing it, dude.
But really big news, the biggest news of this last week is that the Suicide Squad game got delayed hard.
Again?
This was the one, Dr. Syintist, you remember. It's being done by Rocksteady, the people who did the original trilogy of Batman games, the really good ones everyone
kind of
loves.
remember.
It was supposed to come out at the end of May, and I remember, too, the week before, people were like, we haven't heard any, like, marketing at all, and it's supposed to be out in a couple months. And then, like, the next couple days, they released that it's going to be moved to February 2024.
Oh.
It'll never come out.
I wasn't going to play it anyway.
11 months.
Yeah, I don't think... You can't change it. No one's going to want to play it. I mean, people already have a bad taste in their mouth.
Do you guys remember they put out the gameplay footage back in February, and then that was the stuff that looked like a live service game, but they were saying, no, it's not live service, guys.
Yeah.
So the backlash, I guess, caused them to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
Well, more power to them, but still won't play it.
I would love for nothing else than Rocksteady to make a good Justice League game, or a good Suicide Squad game. I'd love to play it, but I don't know. That's not too... Not
looking good.
Too positive there. And then in other news, Konami employee arrested for allegedly attempting to murder his former boss. You guys hear about this?
That's cool.
We've all been there.
Apparently, he this guy who used to work at Konami was arrested because he got into his boss's office and started hitting him in the head with a fire extinguisher.
Oh,
who hasn't done that?
Yeah, the suspect is a 41-year-old man who used to be on the same team as the 48-year-old boss. They had a subordinate-boss relationship, though the subordinate said he was subjected to power harassment by the boss, which led to him trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's normal. Fucking weird.
I guess so.
Yeah, happens every day.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, taking place at a video game thing. It doesn't really have much to do with video games.
But it is related.
A scorned ex-employee got fired up.
Konami,
Good
man.
story.
Yeah, that's all I got for the vibe check. I was trying to end it on a fun article, but I couldn't find any. It was just the attempted murder.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Attempted murderers.
Well, that does it for the Plotty Time vibe check. Baby forever. So how about we get into the game, guys? How does that sound?
Oh, shit.
Which game are we doing this week? I don't remember.
Oh, my God. You'll love it.
This week, we are playing Winback. Covert Operations, as it's known in North America. By the way, I always want to say WinHack, right? Like, you want to say WinHack.
No.
Just me?
I want to say Winamp. Remember?
Yeah, remember Winamp, man? Whoa.
This game was released September 30th, 1999. Number one song in the country. Any guesses, gentlemen? This is a tough one.
Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Good guess.
Green Day, Time of Your Life.
Also a great guess, but nope, you guys missed it by, I don't know, a couple months. I didn't look up when those songs were. Are you guys ready? I'll just get Bentley in here to sing it.
Yeah. Where's he at?
I think he went to the store.
Oh, never came back.
He wasn't prepared for that
He
question.
said
at
he
all.
went out for cigarettes. And
Oh,
it's okay. He's back. He's back. He's still in the other room, so be cool about this. He gets fucking crazy when he doesn't get his Newports. Like, crazy.
How does he make money?
I don't know. No, hey, yeah, no, come on in. We're ready. Come on in, Bentley. Okay, you're back. All right, yeah.
I want to hear Bentley smoker cough.
I know.
What do you say?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
Did Poppascotch tell you I smoke? I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill Bentley. It's your turn. It's your cue, dude. Sing the song. Oh, okay. I know this one. Here we go.
All right, hold on.
Wait, he had to listen to it, so it's got to be some weird one. All right, go ahead.
Thanks, guys. You can buy your hair if it won't grow. You can fix your nose if he says so. You can buy all the makeup that Matt can make. But if you can't look inside you, find out who I am to be in the position to make me feel so damn unpretty.
It's Unpretty by Pink.
You got the name of the song, but not the
Is it Pink?
singer.
Damn.
It's not Pink.
I want to see. I want.
I could. Oh my god.
I want to
The
Shazam
song
this and
is
see if it
called
works.
Unpretty. I did not remember this at all until I watched the video, and I'm like, I've seen this video.
Yeah, I
9,000
could
times.
picture the video in my head, and I thought it was Pink singing. TLC.
It's
Oh.
T-Boss. Left Eye. Chili? Is it
Chili. Yep.
There you go. TLC, Unpretty.
Chili was the normal one.
I'd say the most normal one.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Left Eye, she burned down some guy's house.
The Andre Risons.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Left Eye. #1 movie in the country. Any guesses for September 30th, 1999? Or should I just go into this tagline, which I'm pretty sure you probably won't get?
Just do the tagline.
Tagline is, he's a cop that's not. Believe that.
He's a cop that's not.
That's correct.
Believe that.
Believe that. Yes, that's the second sentence.
Believe that. He's a cop that's not. Big Mama's House.
No, but you're not that far off.
Got Martin Lawrence on the brain.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. The synopsis. A former convict poses as a cop to retrieve a diamond he stole years ago.
It is Martin Lawrence, isn't it?
Yes. Not Blue Streak.
It's Blue Streak.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
I had that the entire episode written down. And when you kept talking about Martin Lawrence, I was like, no fucking way did he just bring that up. No way. Who also plays a cop in both movies.
Yeah. Well, fake cop.
In one, he's a convict pretending he's a cop, and the other, he's a detective. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking wild that we just talked about 2 different Martin Lawrence movies.
So it's a good movie, too.
Anyway, September 30th, 1960. The Flintstones, the first animated sitcom created by Hanna-Barbera, premieres on ABC in the United States.
That was the first animated sitcom?
Yeah.
Huh.
How about that? September 30th, 1960.
Oh, it's good to know.
This game was released for Nintendo 64 and PS2, developed by Omega Force, published by Koei, I think is how we pronounce this word.
Okay.
Koei. It is a third-person stealthish cover-based shooter.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it this week, so you guys mind if I just like hop into this?
No, go
Just
right
get
through it,
to
man.
work, or-
Yeah, you fucking go for it, bro.
Okay, so I don't want to like whip this up or anything, but this could be the best game we're ever going to talk about.
It's not going to be the worst.
I don't know.
I don't know, because this had a story that made sense, so I don't think it's the worst. Which is a criteria, and not a bar everybody passes. Anyway, so we start off with this intense scene where a base is being stormed by a bunch of bad dudes just shooting everybody, taking over command of this fucking satellite thing, and then destroying the Center for Space Development.
No.
That Center for Space Development happened to house the controls of this fancy space laser weapon called the Gulf System.
Okay. What'd Gulf stand for?
I wish I would have written that down. Did you write that
I don't know. I don't think they said it.
No, but it's all in caps, right?
Yeah,
So I assumed it meant
it's definitely something.
Nope, sure doesn't mean anything. Maybe it does. Hey, you Winback heads out there, go ahead and send us an email, and we'd love to have that information. So we cut to the Secretary of Defense. He's in the middle of some kind of terrorist shitstorm here. He gets a message from the terrorists, who are led by a guy named Kenneth Coleman. The group is called the Crying Lions, which is a
That's
country.
not very terrorist.
No, it could have been better. It probably was lost in translation.
It had to have been.
It's 99. It probably wasn't that great translated.
It's probably like screaming lions,
Yeah, or something like that.
hungry lions.
Loud lions.
I don't know.
Yeah, some kind of like war cry, not like a
Yeah,
sob.
not
you know?
like.
But real props on the terrorist leader named Kenneth Coleman.
Yeah,
That strikes fear into everyone. But he's from the fictional country of Sarcozia. Their demands are they want all military personnel out of Sarcozia that, invaded. I guess the subtext is that America or whomever this country is has been getting in their business.
I'm not the only one who noticed this, right? But they did spell Sarcozia wrong every single time they said it in them.
It's its own. It's made up.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't how it was pronounced.
Oh, okay.
They want all the military personnel out of Sarcozia. They want everyone to apologize, like publicly, and say this was a mistake. And they want everybody who came in to swear to the world that they're never going to intervene with Sarcozia ever again.
Yeah, that's something you can do.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote this down. I don't know why I wrote this note, but the henchmen, there's 2 henchmen with like the face mask standing behind the main dude, which
Yeah.
is like a staple terrorist blocking shot.
Right.
And they had like see-through rave shirts, which I thought was an interesting.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay, you guys saw that too.
Like a net shirt.
Hey,
Yeah.
man. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a interesting choice. And the Secretary of Defense then contacts the SCAT team.
Yeah.
Terrible
what a
anagram.
fucking terrible name.
Real bad. They're the Special Covert Action Team led by Jean-Luc Cougar, but he's not actually
He's not the leader.
leader. We play as Jean-Luc Cougar, and the crew is
Great
actually
name, by the way.
run by a guy by the name of
Yeah.
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
And we're flying in their helicopter. They're going over the plan here, which is to enter the Gulf complex and reclaim it. We meet a whole bunch of people here in this team. I just wrote Dan, Jake, Nerd Guy, Lady, Bullcut, Matt, Law.
There you go.
Gray hair. We will get to their names, but these guys all come back at some point.
Yeah.
But as they're flying in, their mission gets attacked. Jean-Luc barely makes it out as the last dude before the helicopter explodes in the air. They're scattered all over this place, and they need to regroup.
Bingo spot. Helicopter crash.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then like being separated from your team.
Oh, this hits all of them.
That's two so far. We don't have anything about disposable other characters. We should probably think of something.
Yeah. Well,
Get to us on the socials and let us know.
yeah.
So Jean-Luc lands, he fights through, he finds Matt. Yeah, so this scene...
Is interesting.
Okay, so we find Matt, and Matt is the black dude in the group.
All right. Yeah. I was going to say.
And we immediately get, like, they know each other, they've probably worked together, they're very personal with each other, Jean-Luc and Matt, and Matt just immediately goes into, oh man, when I get home, I am gonna do all. So you know he's dead. Like you know he's gonna die, and he does immediately.
Yeah. Immediately sniped in the fucking head.
Yeah, I'm going to go running.
Yeah. He's like, oh, thank God you're here. Now I can just fucking take out from under this cover.
Now I can run into the wide open
Yeah.
where they've been shooting at me, and he gets killed immediately by a blonde dude in a weird garb, which we later find out is Lieutenant Carlisle.
Yes. Yes.
So Jean-Luc continues. He does a boss fight with Leah. She like all the main bosses in this game don't look anything like the terrorist organization. They're all like doing their own thing.
Yeah. They're all like mercenaries.
Kind of
they
like that,
hired.
though. They're not all.
They stood out compared to the regular soldiers.
Right.
I just felt like it was not like it was so far out from what the rest of the military was wearing that it felt a little jarring. I do like the fact that they all have their own personalities. Like this first one, Leela just had like an M60, like a machine gun, and she had some kind of like sports bra strap situation and pants with one leg missing,
Yep.
which I found very confusing. But either way, you kill her, you move on, and then you run into Jake, who saves your life. And this is, yeah. So Jake is like...
A racist?
Yeah. Dude, when he said he was one of the good ones,
That's
I had
what
to just.
I was like, are you talking about?
That is definitely someone who translated that didn't understand the weight of saying, oh, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
I just wrote, holy shit, in my notes. Huge.
Yeah, that's definitely like
That really
a bad
stuck out.
translation.
Yeah,
I was
one of the
like-
good what, Jake? One of the good what?
It's a translation of someone who knows what the words are supposed to be, but doesn't understand the context of the words.
He was one of the good
Yeah.
sniper bullet catchers.
I mean, we could be giving this a lot of leeway here. I assume that they tried to say he was one of like the
He's a
best.
good soldier.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I can only pick two people from this team, Matt would be one of them. You know, like one of those situations. But that was, guys, give it like get somebody to go over this again. 'Cause even at 99, that was not really appropriate at all. But let's go past that horrible scene. And Jake and Jean-Luc, they meet up with Thomas after they secure the elevator, but they don't have a code for it. Thomas is like the younger dude who's kind of a nerd.
Yeah, hackery type guy.
So he heads to the control room. He's also really weird about it. He's like,
Yeah.
no, you guys stay here. I'll do it by myself. This is my job. Blah, blah, blah. And Jean-Luc goes to back him up.
Dude, we all know people like this at work.
Yeah, of course. Where he goes to back him up and he hears the terrorists rigged bombs in the entire building.
Of course they did.
Jean-Luc finds Tom. He tells him, like, here's some explosives to go fuck around with if doors are a problem.
Why'd they put bombs there if that's the only place you can control the...
I assume it's kind of a last stand suicide mission.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of like they do in The Rock.
If we don't have control of it, no one will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you start defusing the 5 bombs, and you run into Lisa, who had been separated during the mission, and she says, I wrote this down. I don't know what to make of it, but she says the quote, I promised my mom I wouldn't die until she sees me in a wedding dress.
Yeah, there's some misogyny in this game, too.
Yeah, this was clearly a game written by just men. There's many more examples of this. That's the only one that really stuck out to me, but...
Oh, there's a whole bunch.
Jean-Luc finds Thomas in the control room. He tells him he's not... This is a weird meeting, too. I mean, we probably should have just skipped over it, but he goes in the control room and he's like, I haven't found all the bombs yet. And Thomas is like, well, get the fuck out of here so I can hack the Gibson.
Yeah.
Like, why are you
Go find
wasting
the
time talking to me? Fuck off.
It seems like something you don't have to do.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
like if you
just-
go
Yeah.
back before you're finished, that's what he says.
Conversation that was thrown in the video.
I just thought it was fun because he was like, dude, what? Well, then fuck off. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Did you get all those bombs? What the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah. Then as Jean-Luc, you play as Jean-Luc the whole time. I shouldn't just say as Jean-Luc. But then Jean-Luc fights a dude dressed in pink named Leon. That's his character.
Interesting character.
Yeah.
And then you talk to Jake over the radio, and together they put it together that they've defused all the bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I only got 2 more to go. He's like, oh, well, I did
did 2. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Unless they were ones you did already.
I mean,
The way that this was worded, I was like, Jake is clearly the spy.
That's what
Like,
I thought,
clearly,
too.
Clearly a spy at this point.
We all know that going into it.
You're like, I've been disabling bombs, and Jake's like, oh, how many did you get? And he's like, I did 3. Oh, I got the other 2, so we're good.
yeah.
Like, it was very weird the way it was.
It was very obvious he was
How'd
the
they
bad
know
guy
there
the
were
whole time.
5?
They overheard somebody.
Yeah, they overheard them saying there were 5.
All right.
They go back to find Thomas and be like, hey, dude, we did it. We defused the bombs. But Thomas is dead on the fucking floor.
Shot in the back.
No.
It had to be Jake, man.
Did he
That's
have
why I assumed it was Jake. Like, it had to be someone he knew.
Did he have time to, I don't know.
Write the code in his own blood?
Yeah, something like that.
Thank God he did, because now they can get on the fucking elevator.
Oh, good.
And then Jean-Luc tells Lisa and Jake. Lisa feels terrible. Jake really doesn't seem to give a shit. He's like, well, we got to keep moving. That's the
Yeah.
mission.
Yeah.
Again, sowing the seeds of doubt. At this point, I was 100% sure Jake is just going to turn.
Well, we all know he is, so just keep going with the story.
Yeah, but then you're like, I have a bad feeling about this. I'll go alone, guys.
There were so many instances of him being like, I got a bad feeling. I'm going to go alone. And then Lisa's like, well, if you have a bad feeling, why the fuck would you go by yourself? There's several of us.
Yeah. It's like someone's got to get your back.
There's so many times where they're just bad soldiers.
They are.
Dude, most of these games have bad soldiers.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be fun, right? There'd just be a bunch of soldiers working as a unit,
Doing
destroying everything.
what they're supposed to do.
So as we continue on, Jean-Luc goes down. He kills a bunch of dudes to clear the area. And he boss fights this guy named Ryan.
Awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like some kind of...
This is the guy with the minigun, right?
He has a machine gun, and he's
Yeah.
dressed like a knight, like of the round table.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Cool dude.
And my notes just say he loves grenades and sleeves with flames.
Yep. He says that, I believe.
Hope so. So you fight, you almost kill him. He's like on his dying moments, and he's like, well, fuck you, and then blows himself up with what I'm assuming is now a reverse sack move.
Yeah. There you go.
Like there
Yeah.
was no need to die or sacrifice yourself.
I was trying to figure it out in my head what reverse sack move was. Like,
Suicide
save
bomb.
your life to get him? Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Kill yourself to fuck somebody else over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
to
bad
save
guy.
absolutely nobody.
Yep.
Right.
To screw everybody else over.
So kill yourself or go into certain death to make other people's lives worse.
He seems really dedicated to cause.
He just kills himself to blow up the controls for the elevator, right?
Yeah. So they can't go down the elevator.
It's like, haha, that's the only way to do this.
So Jean-Luc heads back upstairs because everyone's just waiting by the elevator like, hey, did you check it out? Or And then 2 new assholes from the team showed up. Keith, who is this dude is he have glasses? He's like a low confidence nerd type guy.
Yeah, they're both like nerdy.
And then Mike is an overconfident fat guy with goggles on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still a nerd.
And then the whole group moves on because they heard that Law was around.
Yeah. Well, we can't go to the elevator anymore.
Yeah, idiot.
Everyone leaves Jean-Luc to fight off the bad guys coming after them.
Well,
Which
no, they're going
again-
to the freight elevator, which was supposed to be taken by Law and the other guys because they're supposed to
Right.
split up and take those things.
Got to
That's where they're going.
rendezvous with Steve
Yeah.
to get to the second floor.
But this is, again, a moment where they all leave together. There's bad guys coming. Jean-Luc says, I'll stay here and hold them off so you guys can get away. And Lisa's like, why don't we fucking all stay here and kill the guys that are coming? And Jake's like, nah, he got this. And everyone just fucking leaves.
Yeah, they're not.
It's technical limitations of the PlayStation 2.
I know, but it just
not
seems
the
silly
I know but
in the story. But anyway, Jean-Luc kills everybody, including the boss fight with a guy by the name of Sergeant Thunder and his flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Die, government scum, he says.
I was confused. Why does Sergeant Thunder have a flamethrower? Wouldn't it make more sense if he had a rocket
He
launcher?
can't pick his own name, man.
That was his
Yeah, but-
actual last name. John Thunder.
Yeah.
John Thunder sounds
Great man.
amazing.
It'd be like, why would they call you Sergeant Scotch?
That's
He doesn't even
Well-
drink it.
Yeah.
it'd be me hucking Molotov cocktails. That would make the most sense, right?
That would, yeah.
Okay, so imagine that scenario, but instead they gave me a flamethrower.
That makes as much
And you're
sense as
like,
Molotov
man-
cocktail.
They're kind of the same thing.
So Jean-Luc continues on. He finds Steve shot several times from behind, just like Thomas was.
What?
Well, they shouldn't leave him alone like that, man.
Yeah.
And this was the dude that was in the chopper that had like gray hair, but he was a younger dude. And I don't think he said a word the entire game. I don't think he did.
No, he definitely was dead, and you never saw him alive.
Jean-Luc still is not putting it together that, hey, he was killed the same way as Tom. So we continue on, where Jean-Luc fights a boss guy named Duke, who had Keith pinned down in the warehouse and was like playing with him, I guess.
They shot him in the leg.
Yeah, he was just trying to.
Yeah, it looks like it was like the last moment of Keith's life, and then you show up and you save Keith's life by killing Duke. He took one in the leg, like you said, and he's like, hey, I got shot and told everyone to just go ahead. So I guess they just leave. This is
They
the
leave
thing this unit does.
everybody. Yeah. They're like, oh, well,
There's a
stubbed-
mission to accomplish.
I stubbed my toe, so I was like, go on without me, dude. It's going to take me a minute.
Yeah, there's... they're just bad soldiers.
Yep. Well, it is time. Time is of the essence.
Yes, it is an important mission.
I suppose. So they abandon him. Jean-Luc then abandons him to get back to the group. They're like, don't worry about me. Just go get those creeps, is what he says. So you do the same thing and just leave everybody. And then you find Law, who took a shot in the guts.
Oh, yeah. He's just resting in a pool of his own blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in a good spot. So you're like, I'm going to stay here and we're going to fight. He's like, okay, great. And then pushes you in the elevator and does a sack move where he kills a whole bunch of dudes.
Sack move.
And yeah.
And then he kind of succumbs to the bullet. He goes on his two knees. And then, is it Cecil?
Carlisle.
Is that name I have? Carlisle? Why do I have Cecil?
Cecil's
Carlisle shows up, sees him on his knees, and just shoots him right in the face.
Pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
At least you know Law's dead for sure.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
But I guess, is this supposed to be a thing, too, where we're like, well, that's not the guy who killed those two. They were shot in the back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's because Jake's still alive on your team. He's going to shoot you in the back.
Whoa, relax.
I like
Obviously.
that. Yep. On to the next boss.
Gun. Like, who made this game? Did they know these were like scat and gun?
It's funny because that's what I have in my notes. That's the name they went with, Gun. And he looks like a TV cameraman from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
looks like.
Right.
So you kill him, and then after some elevator bullshit, Jean-Luc and Mike head downstairs to find Jake, who then gets shot by Banderas.
Oh, Antonio?
Yes, the very same.
He has an American accent, and he's dressed like Guile from Street Fighter, but he calls himself Banderas.
Yeah, he's got dual Uzis too.
It's a melting pot.
This Sarcozia is a very diverse country.
But yes.
And then this point, I took a little inventory here. Who's still alive? We got Lisa.
Yep.
Yep.
Jake just ate shit, so he's dead.
Which is the guy you thought was going to trade on you the whole time. So
I was 100% sure he was.
me too. Me too. Until he got shot in the back.
Just because in the opening sequence,
He's a
they're
dick.
like, no, in the opening sequence when the terrorists were coming on the first facility, there was a small time where these three dudes were at like consoles. One stops, turns around, shoots the other two. Like he was clearly a plant.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, clearly there's one in this group. That was a little clue. And then I turned out I was reading into it way too much.
All right, who's alive? Lisa? Keith
Lisa?
is shot in the leg. You don't know if he's dead or not.
He's not with the group. He's back there.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc, obviously, that's you.
Yeah. And you've never heard anything about your commander.
No, Dan, we have no idea. He could be dead. At this point, I assumed he was dead in the chopper. I didn't think I forgot about Dan.
Yeah, so did I. They mentioned him like once going with Law, but Law was there by himself.
Yeah, there was like a couple times where they're like, "Did you ever see Dan?" And everyone's like, "No." So Jean-Luc continues on, and he sees Lisa. That now that he's met up with the group, he sees that Lisa is being held captive by a guy named Death Mask.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And the big bad Cecil's like, "You need to surrender right now." And Lisa's like, "You need to shoot them in the face." So they knock her out, and then
Of course. With a gut punch.
with a gut punch, and you start like, being like, "All right, I'll put down my gun, whatever." And then out of nowhere, Jake shows up behind you,
Yeah.
Jake out of
Guns
fucking
a-blazing.
nowhere, dude.
shoots Death Mask, and then Cecil really kills Jake this
Yeah.
day.
I put
He's-
Jake jumps in and shoots, then gets murked.
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
does.
saves the day one last time. He was the hero we always needed.
Yeah, we always knew he was. We never thought he was a traitor.
So, and then I'm going to pause here briefly because we have 3 different endings to this game.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I mean, okay, so we have 2 that are extremely similar.
Yeah, and
Oh,
one that's
okay.
completely different.
All right.
And one's completely different. So we're going to start with the good ending. There's the good ending, the normal ending, which is I couldn't find anything different. Like I read the synopsis like 4 times on each,
Yeah.
There was something slightly different. I forget what it was.
but it wasn't. It was mostly the same thing. So I'm just going to skip that and we'll go with the good ending. And in the good ending, Cecil and Colonel Kenneth have a little bit of a talk in the command post. Remember, Kenneth Coleman's the bad guy from the beginning of this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cecil's like, "Okay, yeah, that's a great idea," and he shoots him right in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that.
He's like, I don't give 2 shits about Sarcozia. I want
I just
money.
want money.
dude.
Then Dan, the commanding officer of your division, shows up out of fucking nowhere.
Didn't he die in the helicopter
No,
crash?
apparently not.
Not only did he not die, but he's Kenneth Coleman's brother.
Oh, my God.
Wow, it's amazing that nobody knew that.
Yeah,
that
nobody
happen?
did any fucking back. So he's like, "Guys, they talk a lot," and Dan's like, "Maybe this terrorism thing is bad," and and it was really weird because he's talking through like his whole backstory and saying all this shit, and the only reason I could see any of this, like the only reason for any of this happening, is so Lisa could hear it
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
tell Jean-Luc when you show up. So I thought that was kind of dumb and out of place. But anyway, Jean-Luc shows up and Lisa tells him about the whole thing and the betrayal and everything like that. And we all know Dan's a bad guy. And Dan's like, "Well, if you think I'm a bad guy, come get me in the main control room. We'll have a talk." And then I was like, why is he targeting Jean-Luc? Like, is there a backstory here of Dan and Jean-Luc?
No, he just knows you're a soldier.
Yeah, you're a subordinate.
Yeah.
So you two, Jean-Luc and Dan, meet up and have this whole confrontation about how Dan is a bad guy and the whole thing is his plan and the whole thing is the right thing to do. He goads him into fighting. You fight. Dan, as he's dying, tells Jean-Luc he did it because of fate.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
He even sabotaged his own chopper he was on.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like fate.
Nah.
The longest fucking death scene I've ever seen, where Dan tells the entire story of how he's from Sarcozia. He's half Sarcozian.
When I was 3, I learned how to swing on the swings in Sarcozia.
Yeah,
And
right.
this goes on for a long time, guys.
Yeah.
Like a long time.
Oh, he's only half Sarkozian, by the way.
That's right. And then his dad stayed there to fight whomever they were fighting. And then I even wrote in my notes, "Who cares, Dan?" Because I was taking notes of what he was saying and eventually just stopped.
Yeah. All right. You came to America. You fought against.
His brother
Came
took
to
over.
America, became part of the military, went to Sarcozia to fight the Sarcozians, found himself on the opposite side of his brother on the battlefield, and we're supposed to feel bad about Dan and his journey and his family getting ripped apart by this war. And I don't give a fuck. He still sucks.
How'd they know they were brothers when they met?
I don't know how the U.S. government wouldn't have known he was half Sarkozian and not done that. Sent him.
But
to
I mean, like in the middle of a battle, you're fighting Sarkozians, and then you're like, wait a minute.
I thought something happened with him getting captured and then he kind of.
Yeah, like he was injured or something, and then it turns out it was his brother and his
Yeah.
dad or whatever. But it didn't make any sense. Like how'd he know?
It does not make sense.
Okay.
And then Cecil shows up for some reason because I guess you didn't kill him the first time, even though he was clearly dead. So you shoot him a bunch until he does actually die.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lisa shows up, and Jean-Luc is like, okay, you need to destroy this building and all the satellite.
Yeah, so nobody can do anything with it because the weapon
It's
is
too
here.
powerful for any one country.
The world isn't ready for this firepower, bro.
Yeah, doesn't he say like turn it 180 and just turn the boosters on? Like just send it away from her.
Oh, yeah, and she's like, okay, great. Yeah, so I'm going to, what? Like there was that moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're left with your 3 survivors, Jean-Luc, Keith, who made it. Good job, Keith.
Good job.
And Lisa get extracted from the island. So that is the good and pert near all the normal ending.
Mm-hmm.
Success.
Now, I couldn't find anything much about the bad ending except for the synopsis. So I'm just going to read through this real quick.
Was that like if you take too long to beat the game?
Yeah, because the weapon takes 2 to 3 hours or something to fire.
To recharge.
So if you take longer than 3 hours to get to certain points in the game, it'll fire. And it can fire twice during the game.
Oh.
Yes, you're right. I should have mentioned that. But the ending quality, I guess is the word we're looking for, is determined by how fast you get to the control room.
Right.
So in the bad ending, Jean-Luc finds both Lisa and Jake dead in the generator room, both presumably killed by Cecil.
Yeah.
Upon reaching the satellite control room, Jean-Luc finds Cecil waiting for him. Cecil tells Jean-Luc that he was too late. The satellite has already fired twice, destroying the Pentagon and the White House.
Sick.
Those are very close to one another. I feel like one hit would have got both of them.
Depends on how big that is, though.
Yeah, it's just this laser.
If it's a concentrated laser, it probably is, yeah.
If it's just blowing up single buildings, sure. Okay, whatever. Let's just not split hairs. Let's roll through this. Jean-Luc confronts and kills Cecil and then goes in the communications room to find Kenneth Coleman. Pleased that his objective and cause were a success, they talk. Kenneth shoots himself because I guess he won. And then Jean-Luc and Keith are the only survivors of Operation Winback, which is ultimately a failure.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would Kenneth kill himself?
It doesn't. It's like, well, got everything done in my life.
I think
wanted to
I
accomplish.
just think he realized he was being taken over.
Oh, see, yeah, either kill myself or become a prisoner. Yeah, but still, it's like, well, I blew up the White House and the Pentagon. That should end the war. What the fuck? All right, whatever. Bad ending.
That's it. That's the game. We did it. We got through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
So let's just go ahead and we'll just roll right into final thoughts while we're at it.
All right.
Cool.
All right. That's cool. That's cool.
Who wants to start? I think Chump Slap needs to
Yeah,
start.
I don't think I started in a minute.
Yeah, whatever.
Go ahead. I'll take some questions. You want to shoot? Go ahead, shoot.
Sure. Did watching this video make you want to get your win back?
Oh, sick.
You just copied what you said last week.
Did this story work for you?
Or did it
or
get
was
the
it
let out?
stupid and hack?
Ooh.
I knew it was hack. That's what I would have said.
And what score out of 27 stars do you think you'd use to bring it all back?
Ooh. Does it make me want to play? No. I don't want to play a third-person shooter. I definitely don't want to play a third-person cover-based shooter. So no. Did the story work for me? No, not really. I mean, as a basic story of this crew gets dropped off to try to stop terrorists from using a laser weapon. Yeah, I guess that did work because that's what they did. But every other part of the story was just stupid. I didn't like it at all. I did like how a lot of people died.
A lot of them did, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. But they died being terrible soldiers, you know?
Doing what they loved.
And wasn't this a military, like, special unit?
Yeah, it's the scat unit, dude.
I know, bro. Like, this is supposed to be the best of the best, and these people look like they got pulled off the street after getting, like, a weekend at a military camp.
Yeah, they all died like, oh, God. Well, except for the ones that were shot in the back.
I suppose, yeah, we didn't really assess the quality of them soldiering.
Yeah.
Except for Tom, who's like, I got this by myself. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. I mean, it was,
Dude, it's typical IT guy.
yeah, it was
Right.
all silly.
Typical IT guy.
But, I mean, I can't hate on it because, I mean, it did tell the... No, I can hate on it. It sucked. So, score out of 27. I mean, we've seen it 1,000 times. It's getting old hat at this point, but I mean, this is just so boring. I didn't really enjoy it at all. So I'm just gonna give it a 3. It's
Okay.
a bad
3?
game, and you should feel bad.
All All right, well then, how about we move on to the Syintist, see what what kind of answer he gives here. Do you have any questions for him there, Sir Chump Slap?
I might be able to throw one or two.
Oh, good.
Was the story pretty good, or was it just buns? And out of 27 stars, how many does this guns?
It was loose butthole.
So loose butthole.
Perfect.
Would I play it? No. Hey, I don't play these games. The story worked for me. I don't hate on it as much as Chump Slap did.
Yeah.
It was, you're supposed to be a special unit going in here. There was a lot of cliched video game characters in it. But they were all different, at least. There wasn't like a bunch of soldiers who all looked the same. They at least threw a fat guy in there.
Sure, they did.
Well,
he
you
had
got
goggles.
that.
He was fucking cool.
And it's just a story of them trying to go stop a terrorist. And I do like the fact that you can fail and lose. You can go through the entire game, technically beat it, and still get the bad ending. It's like, oh, well, the terrorist didn't lose, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
Dan's backstory really needed to change. I don't know. That was probably the worst part.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
I did like how they hooked and baited you with Jake. I thought Jake was the thing all around, but
Of
course, you never even knew Dan existed until he was there.
Seriously.
But it was all right. Ain't that bad. We've done a lot of worse. I gave it 5 stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It's always fair. That's how the system works.
Well, yeah, it's always correct. I don't know if it's fair.
System is perfect. We've been over this. We're the most accurate podcast in the game.
Damn, Skippy, buy that shirt now.
Untouched.
I would like to also answer questions. Anybody got any?
I don't.
I got a couple.
Okay.
Did watching this video make you want to play this covert operation?
Okay.
I don't know why I said that, because how do you want?
Now you got to rhyme with operation.
Was the story pretty good, or could it have used an operation?
Nice. Perfect.
And out of 27 stars, how many would you give this
Operation.
covert operation?
Thanks for asking. I feel like I think it was the same year as Metal Gear Solid came out.
Oh, so someone did it better.
Well, the thing is, I feel like this was being developed at the same time as Metal Gear Solid, and then at some point, the team for Winback was like, dude, that shit's way too serious. No one's gonna want that. Let's make this arcadey and make the bosses have ridiculous personalities, even if it doesn't match the story at all.
Even if that is true,
That's what Metal Gear's doing.
their story was much more understandable than Metal Gear's.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a lot going on in Metal Gear. And I will say, Metal Gear Solid, we've covered that game, and that story makes sense, but boy, that series devolves into fucking nonsense.
It kind of makes sense.
It was actually, Metal Gear Solid was a year earlier in 98, so it makes sense that this is a Metal Gear Solid clone.
Yes.
Did watching this video make me want to play it? Not really. I don't think the story was captivating enough to sit through this stupid gameplay, and seeing all these characters make the same dumb mistakes and being bad soldiers, I think I'd just get mad if I had to play it
It'd just
again.
be annoyed.
Yeah. So, no, it doesn't make me want to play it. Did the story work for me? At a basic level, it did, because it was them storming a base, but it felt like these weren't soldiers. They didn't feel like a unit. They knew each other. There was some kind of history there, which was nice to see, but it wasn't any history involving combat.
yeah, they were friends from high school.
Like you always see, like in Predator or a billion other of those 80s action movies, there's always a scene where they're like, do you think this is going to get as hairy as it was in Da Nang in 67?
Yeah.
And they always like, oh shit, that was crazy. There's a history there.
Right.
And this just was like, let's put up a bunch of assholes together that do not look like soldiers. Give them bright blue vests and send them on their way. So I guess the story worked for me at a base level, but the whole thing with Dan assumingly dead on the helicopter and then coming back in the last second, I really feel like they didn't earn that.
No, yeah.
I hated that. I hated that he was one of the most important characters, and
Yeah, he has a whole backstory.
he has so much backstory. He says it all as he's dying, so I can't get behind that. So what score would I give it? I'll split the difference and I'll give it a 4. I think it did some things right with really moving the action and the pacing along, but the characters who are supposed to be this special unit made the dumbest fucking choices ever. Choices where the three of us who have never been in a combat scenario would even be like,
We could all make it out of there alive.
yeah, we'd be like, let's go split up and defuse the bombs in this base just littered with bad dudes. I feel like even us at that point would be like, let's stay together and get the fuck out of here. How does that sound?
Yeah, yeah.
So 4, which gives us a total score of 12 for this game.
Sounds about right. Sounds about perfect.
Yeah, I was bummed out. I really thought, like, people talk very highly of this game.
Really?
I don't know,
I guess.
because the gameplay didn't even look fun.
No, I mean, 12, what that gives, that's not a great look for this year. But you'd have to go all the way back to, I can't even find one. I'm still going back, can't find a 12. We got a 14 with Black Site Area 51.
It was about 2 better than this, yeah. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
We got a 10 for Just Cause, and I found a 12. Guess what we gave a 12 to? You're not going to get it. It's 50-cent bulletproof.
I might have guessed that.
I
Give
can
it
see
enough
them being
time.
exact. Yeah, well, I can't see them. The system's perfect. They're exactly the same.
It is exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see them being equal. That
feel
makes
that
sense.
way.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, I got to tell you guys, I'm a little shocked about the year we've had so far. And the reason I say that is because last year, all of our worst games were single digits. And
We
this
haven't
year, we
had
don't have a
any.
single digit game yet.
Give me time.
Well, he's the one that's going to pick them. He's going to start looking for them now.
Yeah.
No, come on.
You might have picked the worst games already. We're only stuck with semi-decents.
Guys, I've been trying. You know, I
Yeah,
really thought
This was
that
kind of close.
Yeah.
Rise of Nightmares would be trash, and it wasn't. It was a Kinect game. Who would have thought that'd be good? Anyway, so that gives us a total score of 12. So let's go ahead and wrap this up and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Dr. Scientist Radical Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
Every week we ask Dr. Scientist for 1% radical amazing Pokemon, and he's never let us down. This week, Dr. Scientist, what Pokemon you got for us this week?
I'm just going to do my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon.
Ooh, Gen 4.
Yep. It's called Spiritomb. It's just a little ghost, but the only description is it's 108 ghosts stuck in a keystone. Constant mischief and misdeeds.
Spiritomb.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like that fart cloud from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, kind of. But one of the cool things about it is that it's type match. It's ghost and dark, which at the time gave it no weaknesses. So it was kind of cool. Now it has
Holy
weaknesses.
fuck, this thing is dense. 3 feet 3 inches, weighing 238. This weighs more than Miltank.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
It's shorter than
insane.
Milk Tank too, and it's 108 spirits, so that's how much the stone weighs.
Oh, damn. This is a type. Ghost. Dark.
Yeah. In Gen 4, that had no weaknesses, but now it has one because they added fairy Pokemon and they're strong against dark.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. And that's your favorite Gen 4 Pokemon?
Yeah.
That didn't sound very enthusiastic.
It's the best one. It's my favorite one. Not for use, but as aesthetic.
It does look pretty badass. I will say that. And it's filled with ghosts. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 13 ghosts of Pokemon.
Now you sold me.
Yeah. I wasn't in, but if you put on those glasses that emits eyes in my eyeballs,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'll be able to see the ghosts. I'm in.
That's it. Spiritomb.
There you go, Spiritomb. So with that, our favorite radical Pokemon lock of the week, we're going to move to our second final segment, which is our favorite segment, obviously, Chump Slaps, This or That.
It's this or that, and I'm gonna go for another 6 or 7. You just watch and see.
5.
5, you think?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, we're going to see, because every week I give Sir Chump Slap 7 different prompts. And this week, he's going to have to tell us if that prompt is a drug that helps your urine flow,
Flomax, all right.
or is it a Dr. Seuss character?
The Lorax, okay.
So,
Seuss or piss? Seuss or
Seuss,
Flomax, Lorax.
P drug.
Yep. Those are the only two I could think of.
Sir Chump Slap, are you ready?
Bring them on, bro.
Okay, here we go. Number 1, Uramax,
That's a drug.
Lorax,
Seuss.
Flomax,
Drug.
Flummox,
Seuss.
Rapaflow,
Drug.
Zax,
Drug.
Thing 1.
Seuss, obviously.
That gives us a total score of 6 out of
I knew
7.
he got one wrong. I knew it.
Again.
It was the 5th one he got wrong, right?
Yeah.
Zax, you actually
Zax.
got incorrect.
Yeah.
Zax is not a P drug. It is a Dr. Seuss book. But going down the list, Uramax is a P drug. Lorax is a Dr. Seuss. Flomax, P drug. Flummox, Dr. Seuss. Rapaflow, P drug. Zax, Dr. Seuss. Thing 1, Dr. Seuss. 6 to 7 again. Do you feel like this standard is consistently attainable, Sir Chump Slap?
I think so. I think I'm pretty solid with a 6. Yeah.
Damn, you've had a lot of 6 out of 7s. It's pretty impressive, I gotta say. Might have to try and trip you up on some tough ones here.
Hey man, do what you gotta do. I'll still get 6.
Okay. I like that. I love the confidence. I love it. But let's say someone had, I don't know, an email they wanted to send us. Where would they send that to?
Well, they send it to plottytime@gmail.com. You know how it goes. I'll read and respond. Blah blah blah.
And if they want to get to us faster on the socials and I don't have anything funny to say because I'm running out of steam, how would they do that, Dr. Syintist?
At Plottytime on Instagram or stop by the subreddit and say some bullshit. I don't care.
Yeah, if you got some jokes for us or some wild pictures of a spirit tomb eating Dr. Scientist, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And if you want to help us out, go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. That'd be awesome. You can also go to our unofficial, no, it's always official store, plottytime.com, which redirects you to our eBay store where you can buy shit. It's pretty dope. There's good stuff there. That about does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Blaine JJ, Drago the Slago, Ham Man, and Luis Guzman. Don't trust Dr. Scientist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.